September 1, 1897. Underground Revolution. Boston made history by opening the Tremont Street Subway, the first subway system in North America. This event marked a major milestone in urban transportation, reflecting broader trends in industrialization, technological innovation, and city planning during the late 19th century. As the population of American cities grew rapidly due to immigration and internal migration, urban infrastructure faced mounting strain. Boston, like other major cities, experienced severe congestion on its narrow, horse-car-crowded streets. The introduction of the subway was a response to these pressures and was rooted in concrete urban planning decisions, legislative action, and engineering advancements. The idea for a subway in Boston emerged from a need to relieve street-level congestion in the downtown area. Prior to the subway's construction, Boston's transit relied heavily on surface streetcars, operated by the West End Street Railway Company. These streetcars became increasingly inefficient as the number of passengers surged. In 1894, the Massachusetts legislature passed a law authorizing the construction of subterranean transit lines, giving the Boston Transit Commission the legal power to develop and oversee the project. The engineering work for the Tremont Street subway was carried out by Howard A. Carson, a prominent civil engineer who served as chief engineer of the Boston Transit Commission. Construction began in March 1895 and utilized the cut-and-cover method, which involved excavating trenches along city streets, laying track, and then recovering the trenches with earth and pavement. Despite concerns about disruption and safety, the construction process was completed with remarkable speed and efficiency, lasting only about 2.5 years. When the subway opened on September 1, 1897, it featured an initial stretch that ran for 1.5 miles, connecting Boylston Street to Park Street and then to Scollay Square, now Government Center. This section was designed to relieve surface congestion by moving streetcar traffic underground. On its opening day, the subway carried over 100,000 passengers, demonstrating immediate public interest and utility. The system was not a heavy rail subway like modern subways, but rather an underground conduit for electrified streetcars, a practical solution that leveraged existing infrastructure while paving the way for further innovation. The Boston subway set a precedent that influenced other American cities. It demonstrated that subterranean transit was technically feasible, politically viable, and publicly acceptable in the United States. Following Boston's example, New York City began planning its own system, which opened in 1904. Boston's subway was also the first example in the U.S. of public ownership of transit infrastructure, a model that balanced private operation with government oversight to ensure coordination and accountability. The subway's construction represented a shift in urban policy and attitudes toward public works. Unlike earlier projects that often relied solely on private initiative, the Boston Transit Commission's work illustrated a new role for municipal government in shaping urban development. The subway became a symbol of civic progress and a practical achievement in urban engineering. Its implementation reflected broader technological advances of the era, including the widespread adoption of electric traction, reinforced concrete, and urban tunneling techniques. The Tremont Street subway remains in operation today as part of the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority's Green Line. Portions of the original tunnel are still in use, making it one of the oldest continuously operating subway tunnels in the world. Its enduring presence is a testament to the durability and forward-thinking nature of its original design and execution. In historical context, the opening of Boston's subway was more than a local development. It was a turning point in American urbanism that reflected broader social, political, and technological trends at the end of the 19th century. It addressed immediate problems of urban congestion, showcased American engineering capability, and influenced future infrastructure projects across the nation. By embracing underground transit, Boston pioneered a path toward modern urban mobility that continues to shape city life in the United States today. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history.